I think, to start the day, 7 shots back, I knew it was going to take something really special, and I think I couldn't have asked for a better start, 4 under through 8, and just hit the 6 iron on 9 a little and came up short there. And then I felt like the back nine was playing difficult. I don't know if the statistics back that up or not, but just trying to get the ball close to some of those hole locations with the wind just felt tough. And once I three-putted 15, I felt like I needed at least 1 or 2 in the last 3 holes. Hold the putt on 16, which was nice, and then hit a really good shot in there on 17, and just terrible read and not a very good putt. And then to have the chance on 18, I really thought I made that putt. I hit it exactly how I wanted with the speed I wanted, and just didn't go in. But really proud of the way we played today. I think, to start the day, I really want to try to get to 4 or 5. I thought that would take. I thought that's what it would take, and to Wyndham's credit, he played amazing all week. That was really impressive golf that he played the first 3 rounds, and even today, I know he shot a couple over par, but it was playing really difficult this afternoon, and he did the right things when he needed to. So he's a well-deserved champion.
Open up for questions. Joseph, then Will.
Sam, you entered the day in a chasing position and obviously had a chance to win by the end. Can you talk about how that dynamic shifted throughout the day? When did you feel like you were no longer chasing? Did you feel like the pressure was ratcheting up, and when did that kind of set in?
Yeah, I think I felt like I was chasing all day. I would get within maybe 1 or 2, and then the 3-putt on 15. I felt like the putt I hit kind of, when it got down to the hole, kind of went a little right past the hole, and so on the way back, I thought it'd be pretty straight, and it went to the right, and that just, I think that happens on these greens late in the day. The surfaces they get tough to hold putts on when they get crusty and had traffic, and but I think overall, I feel like the round that I played was a really good round of golf, and it's unfortunate it just came up one short, but I think the USGA did an amazing job this week on their setup. I'm very critical of the USGA, but I think they really did a good job this week in how they set this golf course up.
Will?
Sam, how do you compare the emotions you're feeling today to how you felt last year, Sunday at Oakmont?
Yeah, I would say last year at Oakmont, I felt like more I lost the golf tournament. I certainly don't feel that way today. I think I gave it my best, and I did everything I could to have a chance to win today. And like I said, I started the day 7 shots back. That's very difficult to overcome, especially someone who's playing as well as Wyndham's been playing. And I think, that was really the difference today. If I'd have been a little bit closer and maybe could have, got ahead of him at some point, I think there could have been a different outcome possibly. But at the end of the day, he played amazing, and it was his week, and you got to tip your cap to him.
This course notorious for having winners over par. Here we have 3 under par. Is there any pride, even though it was a little short today, and showing up like you did at Shinnecock for a U.S. Open?
Well, I think with the forecast that we were projected to have on Thursday, like I said a minute ago, I think the USGA did a good job with that. I really think the fog delay is what kind of made a pretty big difference there. I don't think people realize that, for some of those guys to have the last 3 hours of daylight when the wind really died down and you have soft conditions, whether it's Shinnecock or it doesn't matter. Guys are gonna make a bunch of birdies, and I think that 3-hour window really made a difference. I would think that the statistics probably back that up. I don't know that to be true, but I think that was a nice break for those guys in that wave. And then, Saturday morning, typically at a U.S. Open, you kind of make the cut on the number. Especially here, you've seen guys make the cut on the number and go out play early Saturday and shoot a couple under par, and next thing you know, they're in the top 10. But with the wind they got Saturday morning, you didn't really see that as much. And so it was definitely a weird weather week, but I thought the USGA did a proper job in handling all those different conditions that we had. And ultimately, I think the guy who played the best won.